fresh and a very pleasant morning to one and all present here. Myself Zainab Kagdi from Ajmiya Green School, Jadeshwar, Bharuch. We are back with English subject and today we will undertake question answers of packing. As we have completed the lesson packing, let us revise, and I've already sent you the PDF. I hope you have written this in your notebook. Sorry. So today we will begin with the question answers. This is about the text on page number 89 of your textbook. Question number 1 is, how many characters are there in the narrative, and name them. So there are basically 4 characters in the narrative, including the dog. They are the narrator, George, Harris, and the 4th is the dog named Montmorency. Question 2 is, why did the narrator, that is Jerome K. Jerome, volunteer to do the packing? The narrator felt that he knew more about packing than any other person living. Moreover, he would get an opportunity to boss the job, and George and Harris would do the job under his directions. So what was the narrator's, that is Jerome's intention behind volunteering the packing was he wanted to boss the job. He wanted to supervise the George and Harris. He wanted that he will guide them and they will follow the instructions. But what happened was opposite to it. Moving on to question number 3. How did George and Harris react to this? Did Jerome like their reaction? Okay, George and Harris loved George and Harris accepted the narrator's suggestions very readily, as they wanted to take a rest and let the whole work be accounted to Jerome. So, and how did Jerome like their reaction? No, he did not like. Jerome did not like because he wanted to boss the job. He wanted to just supervise them. He did not wanted to take up the whole responsibility and do everything on his own. Okay. Question 4 is, what was Jerome's real intention when he offered to pack? Okay, he offered Jerome, that is a narrator, offered them that leave the whole packing stuff onto me. So what was his real intention behind volunteering the whole job? Answer is, Jerome's real intention was to boss the job. He wanted that Harris and George should work under his guidance and instructions. But they accepted the proposal and sat idle on the chairs comfortably. Question 5 is, what did Harris say after the bag was shut and strapped? Why do you think he waited till then to ask? So, what did Harris say after the bag was shut and strapped? When the bag was completely loaded and it was shut, at that time he said something to Jerome. Why do you think he waited till then to ask? So Harris asked the narrator to put the boots in the bag after strapping the bag. He did it with an intention to irritate the narrator. So kindly mark this sentence. To irritate the narrator. Okay. Why he wanted to irritate the narrator? First, he waited till the narrator used to shut the bag and strap the bag. Okay. When the narrator, that is Jerome, tried harder to fit all the things inside the bag, and then he finally thought that everything is packed properly and very nicely, he packed the bag, he strapped the bag, he shut the bag. And when Harris found that he has completed his job, he just pointed out that something is still left, that is boots. Boots are still left to be kept in the bag. So after strapping it, he informed. If he wanted, he would have informed earlier, so that before he could fit it, he would have adjusted somewhere. But he did this with an intention to irritate the narrator. Question 6 is, what horrible idea occurred to Jerome a little later? Okay, Jerome was going to close the bag after putting the boots in it. He suddenly thought of toothbrush. While traveling, he must need a toothbrush. which he packed in the bag. Now he had searched for it in the bag. So now the only horrible idea, that is the only horrible thing, the thing which troubled him a lot was his toothbrush. So once he used to pack it inside the bag, the only thought in mind is uh, in his mind that whether he has kept it or not inside the bag, and he packs it beforehand, and later he finds that in the next morning he wants it again. So he takes out everything, and the toothbrush is the last thing he finds in the bag. So this was the problem faced by him. So while traveling he must need a toothbrush when he packed in the bag. Now he had to search for it in the bag. Question 6 is, where did Jerome finally find the toothbrush? Jerome tried his best to find the toothbrush. He unpacked the bag but could not find it. He put the things back one by one and held everything and shook it. At last, he found it inside a boot. So, what did he do? Jerome, he packed everything inside the bag, and then the horrible idea came in his mind that whether he has kept the toothbrush inside the bag or not. Then Jerome tried his best to find out the toothbrush easily, but he couldn't find it. He took everything one by one out, then also he couldn't find it. Then he started keeping one by one inside the bag. And while doing that, what did he do? He held everything in his hand and shook it. He shake it. And then at last he found it in a boot. Question 6 is, question 8 is, why did Jerome have to reopen the packed bag? Jerome packed his spectacles in the bag, so he had to reopen the packed bag. Okay, this is the answer. Question 9 is, okay, this is the question number 9. What do we have? George and Harris offered to pack hamper. Because what did George and Harris offer to pack and why? So now once this Jerome have completed his work, that is his job, that's packing the bag, still one thing was left, was that undone work was taken up by Jerome and Harris. What was the work? There was a hamper. Hamper is a basket of food. Okay, so George and Harris offered to pack hamper because they wanted Jerome to take some rest. They decided to pack the rest of the things by themselves. Then next question is question number 10. While packing the hamper, George and Harris do a number of foolish and funny things. Tick the statements that are true. So first they started with breaking a cup. So we'll just tick mark whichever is true. They started with breaking a cup. Yes. So we have to tick the statement. So yes, this is the correct one. They also broke a plate. No. They did not break a plate. Correct. They just broke a cup. Third, they squashed a tomato. So yes, they squashed a tomato. Then they trod on a butter. Yes, they trod. That is, trod means stepped. So I will write it again for you. Trod means stepped on. Okay, chopped. So they trod on the butter. So yes. They stepped on a banana. No. Then we have they put things behind them and couldn't fight them. Yes. They stepped on things. Yes. They packed the pictures at the bottom and put the heavy things on top. No. So this won't come. They upset almost everything. So yes. They were very good at packing. No. So we cut this one. Then we have second one to be cut. They stepped on a banana to be cut. Okay, so these are the wrong answers and we'll just tick mark We'll just correct it, the one which are left. So the answers are 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 9. So question number 11 says, what does Jerome say was Montmorency's ambition in life? What do you think of Montmorency and why? So here Montmorency is the name of a dog, correct? Okay. So what does Jerome say was Montmorency's ambition in life, and what do you think of Montmorency and why? So here Montmorency is a name of a dog, and his main ambition in life is to interfere with others and be abused. So he always interfered, that means he always poked his nose between the works of others, and he always got abused by other people. He wants to be a perfect nuisance and make people mad. If things are thrown at his head, he feels all his day was not being wasted. So just underline this. It is a very funny statement. If the things are thrown at his head, then he feels that his day is not being wasted. That means he finds his achievement when anything is thrown at him, when he is spoken with bad attitude, when he is abused. At that time he feels that he's successful, his day went very well. If he has caused nuisance, if nobody scolds him, if nothing is thrown at his head, then he feels that my day is wasted. So to get somebody to stumble over him and curse him steadily for an hour is his highest aim and object. So what is his highest aim? That everybody comes to him and curse him and stumble over him and uses bad words for him. He wanted that to happen. That is his highest aim and object. He came and set on things just when they were going to be packed. So what he did, he created perfect nuisance. He made everybody mad at him. He disturbed everyone, and on about that, what he used to do, he used to sit on things which was needed, so that he could hide it. He came and sat on things just when they were going to be packed. He put his leg into the jam and buried the teaspoons and pretended that lemons were rats, and got into the hamper and killed 3 of them. So here these lemons, he thought that in hampers, a hamper means a basket, correct? A basket which is filled with food, and here in the basket there were lemons. Okay, and he thought that these lemons are not lemons, but they are rats, and he started killing them. He started fighting with them and catching them, and then he smashed all the 3 lemons. He killed 3 of them. That means he thought that these lemons are rats, and he killed all the 3 lemons instead of. And what do we think about him? That it is the natural original sin that is born in him that makes him do these things like that. Now we're having a second question, that is discuss in groups and answer the following questions. Now we do not have groups, so you have to write it in your own. Of the 3, Jerome, George and Harris, who do you think is the best or the worst packer? Support your answer with details from the text. So whom do you think out of these 3, who is the best and the worst packer? So of the 3, Harris is the worst packer in this world, but none of them is the perfect packer. All of them are confused and do not know what is to be done, what is to be placed, and where they need to be placed. So far as Jerome is concerned, he unpacked the bag to find his toothbrush in a boot. So he did not know where to keep his toothbrush. He also packs his spectacles inside the bag. Harris and George started their work in a light-hearted spirit. There are piles of plates, cups, kettles, bottles, jars, pies, stoves, cakes, and tomatoes. They break a cup. Harris packs the strawberry jam on the top of a tomato and squishes it. Then they have to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon. George treads on the butter. Tread means steps on the butter. He gets it from his sleeper and puts it in the kettle. He puts it down on a chair and Harry sits on it. So this kind of mess up they are going around and it sticks to him and then they look for it all over the room. In this way they created chaos in the room. So in this way they created so much of trouble, so much of mess in the room, and this was something that we could say that none of them were the best packer, but Harris was the worst one. Moving on to question 2. How did Montmorency contribute to the packing? So Montmorency, again I would remind you, it is a dog, name of a dog. So what was his contribution in the packing? Montmorency's contribution to the packing cannot be forgotten. His ambition in life was just to disturb others and be abused by them. He came and sat on things just when they were going to be packed, and he put his leg in the jam. He disturbed everything. He pretended the lemons to be rats and got into the hammer and killed 3 of them. Montmorency wanted to be a perfect nuisance and make people mad. If things are thrown at his head, he feels that all his day has not been wasted. To get somebody to stumble over him, curse him steadily for an hour was his highest aim and objective. When he got succeeded in accomplishing it, his conceit became quite unbearable. This was how the Montmorency's contribution was there in the packing. Do you find this story funny? What are the humorous elements in it? Pick out at least 3. Think about what happens as well as how it is described. So the story is really humorous and funny. Jerome's episode of packing, Harris and George's way of packing, and Montmorency's contribution have made the story funny and interesting. Jerome was confused about his toothbrush and found it in a boot. He also packed his spectacles in the bag. The incident of butter makes the reader laugh. George treads on the butter and it sticks to his slippers. Later, he puts it on the chair. Harris sits on the chair and it sticks to his bottle. They squash the tomatoes by putting the strawberry jam on the top of it. So Montmorency's pretension for the lemons to be red is also fascinating and very funny. So these incidents are described in an orderly and in a very perfect way. So this way we can say that the story is very funny and humorous. So this was the story, this was the question answers of packing. I hope you will write it in your notebook with good handwriting.